Hey guys, I'm doing a get ready with me with a voiceover, which I haven't done in a long time, so hopefully it works out. I am starting off with the Milani eyeshadow primer in Nude, and normally this primer, what I like to do is tap it in until it gets tacky for it to work best for me. I didn't do that this time around, so that was my bad, but it is a really good primer. And then I'm moving on to the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. This is another primer for me that I have to massage really well into the skin in order to fill in my pores, but I gotta tell you, my pores don't look minimized the entire day. Maybe about 4 hours, and then I start seeing my massive pores on my face, which, you know, it's okay. It can only do so much, right? And then I have my Rimmel Match Perfection Foundation in 502. This is a little bit too dark for me, number one. But anyways, it's a really great foundation. It is more of the normal finish, so I do tend to get very oily throughout the day. And it starts breaking down quite a bit maybe after 4 hours, just a little bit in my T-zone, especially if I didn't use a mattifying primer. But can we talk about the sponge for a second? This is the L'Oreal Blend Artist Infallible Foundation Blender. I don't know, have you guys used it? This is my first time buying it. I've seen it before, but this is my first time using it, and I really liked it. It's not as bouncy as a beauty blender, but it's a little bit more dense, but because of that, it doesn't absorb a lot of the product into it, which I do like. Now I'm reaching into this is a Maybelline color correcting kit. You get correctors and then concealers and then highlighters. They're all cream products. I really like it. I do have to say I've tried applying it with my finger. I like it, but the best way for me to get the coverage payoff is with a brush. You see the difference there? And I'm using this is a Sephora Pro Concealer brush in number 57, which I adore. So anyways, I always go back and forth between the two center shades just to get my perfect shade. Of course, you can use the yellow corrector to correct the redness on the face, or that orange corrector for darkness, but I was being lazy and I just reached for those two. Now I'm reaching into this one right here, which is labeled as a highlighter. So it's cream. It has absolutely no glitters, but it's not light enough for me. It matches my skin, so I always use it as a concealer. Today I thought I would use it as a highlighter, and it didn't work out for me. But then I reached in for the other one, and this is more of a golden highlight. This one does have very tiny shimmer particles that are not noticeable on the face, though. I like applying it with my finger just because I feel like it fuses the product into my skin so much better that way. So I really like this little kit. This is something that I would totally repurchase again because I feel like you get a good amount of product and it works really well. Here I'm applying that gold highlighter in my inner corner just to see what it would look like. Anyways, I'm setting it with my Codi Airspun. I miss my Laura Mercier, although this is a good powder. It has a fragrance to it, and I'm just not the biggest fan of it, but it does work. So the Maybelline correcting kit, because it's so creamy, I have to set it really well. So I like stacking it, especially where I have fine lines, and then I won't crease throughout the day. As a setting powder, I am using my L'Oreal True Match in W7 and focusing it mainly on the outer parts of my face. This is a more of a normal finishing powder, but I love it for touching up throughout the day because it doesn't look heavy on my skin. You know, sometimes when you go in for touch-up powders, it tends to look cakey. This one doesn't do it for me, but I always apply my powders with stippling brushes. I just feel like it gives me a better look. I'm now using my NYX. This is the Highlight and Correcting Palette. I haven't used it in a while. It's in a project. I love the bronzers. Not the biggest fan of the lighter shades, like the highlighting shades. They're a little bit too dry. The bronzers are a little bit drying, but I'm a fan of bronzer, okay? And I feel like these blend out really, really well on the skin. But I do miss my MAC, what is it called? The Give Me Sun bronzer. I really like it. I'm talking to my husband here, and I'm not paying attention as to how much bronzer I'm applying on my face. So yeah, I'm going a little ham. Same is going to be with the blushes. I'm just going to go ham with them because I'm not paying attention. This is the blush in Your Love is King from Too Faced, and then I'm applying Becca's Flower Child over top because apparently I didn't feel like I had enough blush on. This is a lot of blush for me. A lot of blush. And here I'm sitting back and I'm like, dude, I over applied. I put way too much on the face. So either way, whether I apply too much or not, I always finish everything off with a light dust of powder just to fuse everything together. I've done this in so many other videos. this is just what I like finishing things off with. This is a new product for me. It's the Physicians Formula Insta Ready Setting Spray. I don't know how I feel about it. It's not mattifying. The box said mattifying. The bottle, it doesn't say mattifying anywhere on it. And I feel like I get more dewy. Do you guys see my skin? No, I'm not sure. All right, I'm using the NYX Micro Pencil. This is in chocolate. Not a fan of the color. It's too red for me, and I'm just not loving it. So, plus my brows are not... Why are you growling? My brows are unruly right now. They need to get threaded, and I need help. I'm watching Amanda Alexander, and she's just made me laugh. Anyways, at this point, I think I'm over my brows, and yeah, I'm over it. And I'm moving on to my brow gel, which is the ABH Clear Brow Gel. I've mentioned before, this product to me is meh. It's kind of overpriced. I really love my e.l.f. like little duo with the brow gel and the mascara, and they do just the same. Okay, I'm then going in with the Rule Shadow from MAC, and I picked it up with a brush that I normally don't pick it up with, which is the Goss number 3, and I feel like this brush is a little bit too soft for it. I needed something a little bit more dense because I did have to build it up quite a few times. I'm picking up my Nude Shadow from the Mia Mia palette from ABH, and I love this brush. It's the number 16 brush from Goss. I love it to apply my shadow under my brows, but it also works really well to blend shadows out. I went in with Sangria from the Tamana ABH palette, and I just adore this color, but I should have reached for one of my tapered blending brushes because, look it, I went a little bit too high, more than I wanted to, especially in the inner corner. So I did have to kind of go apply, blend quite a few times just to diffuse the color. I'm applying a little bit more Sangria into the lid area, and I love how the shadow looks under the lash line. I love blowing the shadow out. I think it looks great. Actually, this is the look that I was wearing in, I think it was a haul that I did recently, and a lot of you guys really love it. Here I'm just blowing out Sangria just with a little bit more product and going back with Rule just to diffuse it a little bit. Same brush. It's the Goss number 6 brush, I think, and I'm applying Rule with, excuse me, it was the number 3 brush. I'm applying Rule under my lash line and then Nude once again just to help blend things out. I went in with China Rose and just applied it with my finger in the center of my lid just to open the eyes a little bit up, just a tiny little bit, not too much. This mascara, I'm not sure how I feel about it. This is from Maybelline, and it's the Collosal Big Shot. It gives me volume, but it's just you can see right there, I'm just whatever, you know. I'm not a fan of the brush. I feel like it doesn't give me, although it gives me volume, it doesn't give me too much separation. The lashes can get clumpy very easily, and of course I got it on my lid, under my lash line, and on my cheek because it wouldn't fail. Wouldn't be me if I wouldn't get mascara everywhere. I'm surprised I didn't get it on my nose. I made a big mistake of not letting the mascara dry. I was being very impatient, and I have a patch on my face now, basically. So I went back with the sponge, but because it doesn't absorb a lot of product, it had no product left over, and I was trying to go in with the foundation, and then I went in with my powder, which is the Loreal, just to kind of blend it out, and then I gave up because it's not a big deal, whatever, it's not the end of the world. I'm applying my Milani lip liner in, what is it called? Spice, and I love the color of this lip liner. My puppies are right here. But I love the Italian lip pencils. They're $1. They're super creamy, and you get so much more product. Here I'm applying my Lorac lip liner in Entrepreneur. I love the consistency of these lipsticks. They're so great. They're not matte. They're not like a sheen or anything like that. They're just great. And now I'm applying Livewire from Bare Minerals. I love them. They're not long lasting, but I love the minty feel of them. I went back in with my MAC Give Me Sun bronzer because I just love it. Just the other bronzer, although I like it, it wasn't giving me what I wanted, so I went in with my Give Me Sun. It's so beautiful. I love the finish of this bronzer. This is something that, you know, I've repurchased over because it's so great. I'm done, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry if there's a lot of background noise, but I have my puppies and my kids here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.